IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull.
Lennox Lewis is stunned by Terence Crawford's brutal training for the upcoming Canelo fight. He praised Crawford's discipline and sharp boxing IQ, noting that when Crawford locks in with full focus, he knows exactly how to win. Lewis highlighted that this kind of preparation proves Crawford is fully ready for the challenge ahead.
Stay at the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, made it clear that the moment is not overwhelming his fighter. According to Bomac, there's no pressure on Crawford going into this historic clash with Canelo Alvarez. He explained that Crawford is treating it as another challenge in his storied career, approaching it with full focus and execution. His preparation has been sharp, deliberate, and calculated. For Crawford, this fight isn't about the weight of the occasion, but about proving himself as the pound-for-pound best.
Have a fight rather than maybe boxing.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terence because Terence will fight the way that he's used to fighting. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're going to fight, and that's the way we're going to get the job done.
People talk about this fight, they talk about the outcome of the fight. The sort of narrative online is that, look, Terence was moving up in weight, but we all know Terence can crack. When that fight was made with Errol Spence, it was seen as a 50-50 fight, and in reality what it was one of the most destructive performances I've ever seen. Should fans be surprised if Terence could manage to stop him?
I think that fans are going to be surprised when he dismantled Canelo. The more time goes on, the more time Terence can settle into that weight, the worse it's off for the opponent.
The last one for me, because I know this time is now that way, as you were talking, so I just have one more question. If he manages to get through Canelo Alvarez, does that cement his place on the Mount Rushmore of boxing?
You just answered the question.
Rhetorical.
Legendary commentator Larry Merchant drew a powerful comparison between historic fights of the past and the upcoming Crawford-Canelo showdown. He recalled the famous bout where Sugar Ray Leonard defeated Marvin Hagler, a fight many thought Leonard had little chance of winning. Merchant explained that Crawford's situation mirrors that moment in boxing history, the smaller, faster technician against the naturally bigger, stronger champion. Just as Leonard used skill, movement, and ring intelligence to outmaneuver Hagler, Merchant believes Crawford has the style to do the same against Canelo.
I asked the great Larry Merchant, I said, do you think Terence Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo Alvarez? And Larry said, Jim, did Ray Leonard get an official decision victory over Marvelous Marvin Hagler? And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez. And I said, why do you say that? He said, same equation. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Yeah. Over and over and over. He's got to figure the angles and the approaches that will allow him to step in, land to the body, or occasionally upstairs, and then get out. That's what Ray did so effectively.
Respected trainer Buzzy Ennis dropped a bold statement about the fight. He argued that Canelo Alvarez has shown frustration in the past against slick, mobile fighters and warned that Crawford is exactly the type of opponent who can make Canelo lose patience. Unlike William Skull or others who lack the skill to trouble him, Crawford is a master at creating angles, landing clean counters, and forcing rivals into uncomfortable positions. Ennis believes this fight won't be about brute strength, but about who can impose their rhythm. If Crawford's
and all that, if he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance after watching? I know we've seen him against Laura back in the day, but now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. Is as soon as he like goes to, as soon as you turn him, then is that when you start firing off?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way, the way I would have my fighter doing is I'm boxing him, you know what I mean? And he coming at me, I'm hitting him, pop, 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 pop. And soon he gets set, I'll tie him up. Walking to the center. You know what I mean? We cruise to the ropes and do the same thing and keep on frustrating, hit with the jab, boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hitting him though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he let his guard down. And it's a good night.
Bernie the Boxer, another key figure in Crawford's corner, issued a strong warning to Canelo. He boldly declared that Alvarez is tailor-made for Terence Crawford. According to Bernie, Canelo's style, powerful, methodical, and somewhat predictable, fits perfectly with Crawford's ability to read opponents and adjust mid-fight. He praised Crawford's instincts, discipline, and fearlessness, saying his fighter has both the skills and courage to seize victory.
But a lot of people are saying about Crawford's age, but, you know, no boxing, no life, as Canelo would say. And Crawford still, you know, in age, but he ain't took no punishment. He's cautious, you know, he works hard throughout these years, so, you know, of course you're gonna, you know, you gotta count that in the factor, but in his heart and his mind and his spirit, he's still youthful about boxing. He loves boxing, and this is one way to get him up. You know, he's a challenge guy. He loves a challenge, and Canelo is the biggest challenge you can get. You know, we got to go up 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes to get a guy like that. Hardest puncher, great counter puncher, tons of experience, undisputed champion, unified champion, a couple of divisions champion, and so we didn't get the Pacquiao or the Mayweather, but we getting Canelo, and nothing comes easy to Team Crawford, and expect us to look good on the 12th. Expect us to come out victorious September 12th.
Oh, we obviously just saw his fight against Skull, and people didn't obviously enjoy it, the back foot boxing from Skull and whatever, but what fight can fans expect from Bud? Because a lot of people think that it'll be similar to that or the Charlo fight or whatever like that.
The one thing about Crawford is he got guts. Them bums ain't have no guts. Them bums didn't want to win. Crawford want to win. That's it. It ain't about no belt. It ain't about nothing. You didn't sign the contract. We want to win, and he want to be the best, and he is the best. So that's what's going to be the difference. You know, Crawford got guts. He got a fighting spirit. So when you see Crawford, he going to go in there and get busy with Canelo. Don't you even doubt that. You understand? You ain't never seen Crawford stay on the back foot in no fight in his life. You understand? He the type of guy to go get you. So expect him to go get him. We're going to do everything we can to him. We're going to do whatever we got to do. But one thing you can expect is Crawford is going to step to him. Because you can't be Canelo going on the back foot forever. You got to go get him. You got to do something. And he better know.
Preparing for Canelo has pushed Crawford to seek out quality sparring partners who can replicate the Mexican champion's style. One of those names is Lester Martinez, a fighter with professional experience and solid skills. Martinez has been testing Crawford in training, providing pressure, strength, and ring craft similar to what Canelo brings. Reports suggest Crawford has looked sharp in these sessions, adapting to Martinez's power while showcasing his trademark counterpunching and precision.
From sparring, like Terence being with Lester Martinez, he's about as good a concoction you could hope for as a sparring partner. I need a guy who can come forward with good timing, who's sharp, got good power in both hands. Lester Martinez for Terence Crawford. If you're Canelo, I need a guy that can switch. I need a guy with length. I need a guy with power, with skill. He gets Darrell Valsaint, who's 6'1", 154. He switch hits, southpaw, mostly southpaw like Terence, but can switch. Good long. His arms are almost the exact same length as Terence Crawford, and he's a young 23-year-old good athlete. And then I don't know if Canelo's sparring with Marco Verde, who won the silver medal for Mexico, but Marco Verde would, again, 5'11", long arms, southpaw, can switch. I would think between Darrell Valsaint and Marco Verde, Canelo's getting awesome preparation. And then Terence with Lester Martinez. This is speculative, but someone did mention it to me on Twitter when I was talking about Canelo preparing with Valsaint. They go, well, Lester Martinez had to go home with migraines and pull out of a fight, and he was sparring with Terence Crawford. So, I mean, it's speculative, but you're like, well, if you put 2 and 2 together, if he was getting migraines for sparring Terence Crawford and had to pull out of a fight because of it, then that must mean Terence Crawford is doing well in the...
Analysts everywhere are thrilled by the stylistic clash this fight promises. Canelo Alvarez has long been known for his deliberate, thunderous style, applying steady pressure, conserving energy, and then unleashing explosive combinations. His body shots and uppercuts often overwhelm opponents. In contrast, Terence Crawford thrives on rhythm, improvisation, and constant movement. He can switch stances effortlessly, create angles with his pivots, and strike with sudden precision. Experts argue this isn't just power versus speed, it's calculation against creativity. While Canelo embodies strength and method, Crawford brings unpredictability and adaptability. This contrast could create one of the most intriguing chess matches in modern boxing.
Predictable. I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable, and despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most, and maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him, maybe he can counter punch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh Caesar.
Former champion Zab Judah offered glowing praise for Crawford. He highlighted Crawford's sharpness, speed, and ability to mix power with precision. Judah confidently predicted that Crawford's combination of speed and accuracy could be enough to put Canelo on the canvas. He described Crawford as one of the rare fighters with both the intelligence and natural gifts to trouble Alvarez. According to Judah, this fight may not just be about winning rounds, it could come down to Crawford delivering a statement knockout.
They had this little fracas. It looked kind of WWE to me, but we know Crawford is coming to try to win. That's his DNA, that's his nature, and I think that's what he will attempt to do. So it will be up to Canelo to show him moving up to this weight class was a mistake. Weight classes exist for a reason. So I really like what I'm seeing. Canelo getting young sparring partners in there. He probably is giving them advice and using them for their energy. It's like 50 Cent said in Hustler's Ambition when he said, I need you to hate so I can use you for your energy, right? He's using these younger fighters because Canelo was once the young, hungry fighter, right? And now he's using these younger fighters and sparring with them and working with them as he prepares for this. Now, I think there is something on the line for both fighters. Canelo, payday, you'll want payday, I know that. And also Terence Crawford. But this, especially for Canelo Alvarez, he's not going to want to lose this fight because it's a smaller person. I think it'll be more embarrassing.
For Crawford, winning isn't just an option, it's instinct. His career has been defined by resilience and the ability to rise in big moments. In preparation for Canelo, he has pushed his limits in training, ensuring he can sustain intensity over 12 grueling rounds. Meanwhile, reports reveal Canelo has also been sharpening his tools, sparring with younger fighters to simulate Crawford's speed, agility, and unpredictability. Both camps understand the gravity of this contest, and neither is leaving any stone unturned.
About the fight, what you guys think about the fight? Let's get real.
Crawford in one. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, I think Crawford.
You see how you don't believe in Crawford? You don't believe in Crawford in one?
No, Crawford in one? No, hell no. Crawford in one? No.
Okay.
Crawford by this. I got Crawford by decision.
I got Crawford by decision too. And I got Crawford by listen. I got Crawford by a beatdown. If he do what I think he's gonna do, be smooth early and then step it up 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. By the 9th, 10th round, we might see Canelo go sit down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If he step it up the way he's supposed to, I think I know that he can do. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch what I tell you.
Sit down.
Sit down.
By stumblage, like by balance or something like that, by hurt.
Punches putting people down. I haven't watched, but I'm telling you, that boy is strong. He's sharp.
Derek James, one of boxing's most respected trainers, offered words of caution to Canelo Alvarez. James pointed out that Crawford is unlike any of Canelo's past opponents. While Alvarez has faced heavy hitters and skilled technicians, Crawford brings a rare mix of fluidity and explosiveness. James noted that Crawford is difficult to time and thrives under pressure, often performing his best in high-stakes moments. He advised Canelo to bring his absolute best to the fight, warning that underestimating Crawford would be a costly mistake.
It's a good fight. I think that this is a great challenge because I think both guys have great attributes, right? That, you know, they do, and I think they have great attributes, and I think that, so you're looking to possibly see a great matchup, a great fight. And one could be an intellectual fight from Crawford, smart, intelligent fight. And I think, Canelo probably has to be the matador in this one.
He has to be the what?
Matador.
Matador, yeah.
Basically, what let me see, the bull.
The bull.
You gotta be able to do the bull.
Canelo has to be the bull in this one.
You gotta be, because I think you're fighting somebody faster, more athletic. You gotta put the, whatever it is that he's doing, he has to be better at that than he is at any other night in his life.
But you know, the big talk here, and the thing that I always go back to, is just the weight class. Crawford's going up 3 weight classes. The last time he fought, went up on weight, fought Madrimov. You say you don't watch boxing, but he got, a lot of people. Madrimov.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
yeah,
fight.
154.
Rising star Jaron Boots Ennis weighed in on the matchup, calling it a true 50-50 fight. Ennis acknowledged Canelo's experience, size, and dominance at higher weight classes, but also recognized Crawford's unmatched skill set, adaptability, and mental toughness. According to Ennis, this fight is unpredictable because both men possess tools that can neutralize the other. He concluded that fans should expect a razor-close contest where every round counts, and either man could emerge victorious.
I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see, so it's a good fight.
How difficult is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds?
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what do you have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster, I don't know. Like, it's just, you got to add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that, moving up in weight and things like that, so it's a little harder, but I don't know. We'll see on fight night how he'll look.
What does Terence Crawford have to do to be successful in that fight?
Be smart. Take his time. Box and move. Don't sit there and let him try to bomb on him.
What about Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like I wanted to just go and press him. Had to press him. Everything behind the stick. Catch him, try and pull out, pull back, anything. Cutting the ring off, things like that.
Is it one of those situations where you try to punch on like the smaller man with like arms?
You want to bully him. You want to bully the smaller guy.
Former middleweight champion Daniel Jacobs, who has shared the ring with Canelo, offered an informed perspective. Jacobs noted that while Canelo is an elite fighter, Crawford has shown in training that he possesses the determination and sharpness needed to compete at this level. He suggested Crawford may need to push the pressure at times, testing Canelo's stamina and work rate. Jacobs admitted the challenge is immense, but firmly stated that Crawford has a real chance. Having witnessed Crawford's training intensity firsthand, Jacobs believes the Omaha-born champion can rise to the moment and possibly shock the world.
Canelo Alvarez, and since then, obviously, naturally, he's slightly declined.
Yeah.
Do you see this decline that people talk about?
Well, I can see in increments because Canelo, which I've always said is an amazing legendary fighter, but he fights in spurts. So sometimes it takes for the opponent to actually initialize him giving the best. When he was faced with me, the opposition that I had and what I was giving him, it was just a lot. Whether it was boxing, whether it was coming forward, but most importantly, it was the punches and bunches. And so he was forced to either stand there, wait for the right time, or be combative and go back at it. So I think that's what Crawford may have to do. Push the pressure, make Canelo fight, or maybe just play it safe, win on points, you know?
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.